here, if measurement angle B, we know these triangles are congruent now, because you're stating it all here. Look, they're congruent by angles and by sides. We know all the angles are the same, and measurement of angle B is the same as measurement of angle E. Right? Which is this one. I hope I marked it right. B and E, yep. Measurement, and this is F. We know they're the same, so we set the equation equal. X plus 30, because they're the same, you make it equal. Equals to -4, parentheses x minus 10. Okay, we distribute this first. -4x, distribute, plus 40, equals to x plus 30. Add 4x to both sides. (5x plus 30 equals to 40, minus 30, minus 30. 5x equals to 10. And then 5 is 2, because 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, x is 2. It says check it. Check to see if your answer is right. Okay, x plus 30. Measurement of angle B is x plus 30. And measurement of angle E is -4, parentheses x minus 10. So this is 2 plus 30 is 32 degrees. And this is -4 times 2 minus 10. That's -8 times -4. -8 times -4 is a positive 32 degrees. So you notice angle B is both, and angle E is both 32 degrees. See, they're the same. Or you can prove it other ways like I did in class. You just substitute the variable back, x plus 30. I did this in class. I showed you how they equal. X minus 10. And we did, it's 2 plus 30 equals to -4. 2 minus 10. So 32 degrees equals to -8 times -4, which is 32 degrees. You see? Same thing. Whichever way how you check your answer, either this way or using logically. Logic, how to check it is fine. That's how you check every number, is when you substitute it back in to the problem. Okay? Describe in word translation. Translation is sliding left or right, horizontally. You can say instead of left or right, horizontally, or up and down, and up or down, or you use the word vertically. Rotation is flipping. Make sure you flip the shapes, flipping of shapes. Or just reflection is a mirror. It's the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, those are my description. I don't know how you would describe it. Okay, the equation that best, because there is a B here, which is 600. The best equation to use is y equals to mx plus b. Which method do you choose, and why do you choose this method? This is called slope-intercept form. I would choose slope intercept form, that is y equals to mx plus b, because there's a y-intercept of 600. Okay, so always try to input some numbers in your explanation so I know what you know what you're talking about. So here, before I can do this, I need to find the slope. It's counting by 30s. Okay, so I'm going to choose 0, 60, 0, 600, and the other coordinate of 4 and 480. To find my slope, m equals to 600 minus 480 over, this is y2 minus y1. Oops, sorry. This is, the slope formula is y2 minus y1. I'm making this my x2, y2 now. This is my x1, y1. Doesn't matter which one you choose as first or second, as long as it stay consistent, okay? And then x2 is 0 minus 4. That gives me 120 over negative 4. I'm going to double check add, yep. That means my slope is a negative 30. Some of you had a positive 30, so be careful with your negative. Okay? And secondly, you should know it's going down. You got a positive slope, you know it's wrong. Remember that question, how do you know your equation is right? That's how you know your equation is right. Double check. Plus the 600 in y-intercept. And that's your answer. Okay, so this one also, your equation's going down, so your slope has to be negative. Your y-intercept is at 2, so y equals to mx plus b. Which method would you choose in y? I would choose slope intercept form. I will ask this on the next test with slope intercept form, because slope intercept form and you can put y equals to mx plus b. You can do that because there's a y-intercept of of 2. Okay, now this slope I can count because I'm assuming they went by 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, okay? This one I had to use point slope because the numbers are big. You can use not point slope. I had to use the slope formula y2 minus y1 because the numbers are big and they're not going by 1, so you're unsure of what it is. So it's best to use the formula. This one you can count, negative 2 over 3, or if you want to, you can always do 0, 2, 3, 0, and find your slope that way, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, you can always do that if you're unsure to double check yourself. You can say 2 minus 0 and 0 minus 3. I'm making this as my x2, y2, x1, y1. It doesn't matter which one. As long as you keep it the same, you'll always get it right. and your slope then is 2 over negative 3, or negative, so basically, or negative 3 over 2x, and the y-intercept of 2 plus 2. Same thing as going down 2 over 3. Uh-oh, see? I wrote it wrong. Good thing I checked myself. Oh, my carelessness. Down 2 over 3. Okay? That's your answer there. Now, I would choose here because there's no y-intercept. I would choose standard form. Which method would choose in y to write the equation? I would choose point slope. Point slope, because there's no y-intercept. Point slope. Oh. Y minus y1 equals to m parentheses x minus x1, because there's no y-intercept. Period. Okay, so I would use y equals to m parentheses x minus x1. I need to find the slope. The slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, always write the formula. M equals y2. I'm going to always choose the bigger number as y2. It doesn't matter which one you choose. If you choose this as y2, x2, y2, that's fine. I will always choose the big number on as my x2 and y2. It doesn't really matter as long as your math is right. It'll come out and right. In high school, or I teach my other class, it's the change in y over the change in x. But you need to keep it in the same order. 35 minus 15 over 8 minus 4. M equals to 20 over 4. M equals to 5. So y minus x1, y1 minus 15 equals to 5 parentheses x minus 4. Okay, distribute. Now, because it didn't say to write it in slope-intercept form, this is a legitimate linear equation. This is all you have to do for that. Because it didn't say to write it in slope-intercept form, you can stop here at point slope. It is a legitimate linear equation. Now, if you want to solve this, if it says to make it slope-intercept form, then you need to go further. But if not, this one did not say to make it in slope-intercept form. Some tests I will say to make it in slope-intercept form. Then you need to continue to solve to make it y equals to after you solve, you get 5x plus minus 5 at the end, okay, after you solve it. But this is not necessary because it just says to write a linear equation, and that's an illegitimate linear equation. Okay, same here. There's no y-intercept, okay, none there. So what method would you choose? I would choose point slope, just like everything here goes here, because there's no y-intercept. I'm making you guys write this because you guys keep using point slope for everything. You know, to win math is about choosing the best method. If you choose the wrong method, it'll take too long, okay? And time, when you get too higher, I don't know how Common Core is, but you always seem to need time. This is my x2, y2, and this is my x1, y1. Okay, so I need to find y minus y1 equals to m parentheses x minus x1. Alright, y minus 5 equals to my slope. In this case I can count, but I can do 10 minus 5, that's y2 minus y1, over x2, which is 3, minus x2 minus x1, which is 4. Okay, so my slope is this should be equal. My slope is 5 over -1, or my slope is -5. So that's -5 parentheses x minus 4. I can stop here, but some of you, that because point slope is a legitimate linear equation, you can go further and do y equals to -5x, 5x plus 15 if you distribute and then add 5 to both sides, okay? But you don't have to, remember, you just can stop right there. In standard form, remember, is ax plus by equals to c, and there's no fraction in standard form. So this is in slope-intercept because y equals, we know our b is here, the slope is 2 over 3. Even though it's written weird, we want it in ax where the y are on the same side and the number by itself. Okay, so we need to find the least common denominator, which is 15. Multiply all of it by 15. Okay, cross cancel, that's 5. That's 10x plus cross cancel, that's 3. 12 equals to 15y. Okay, so a and x and y need to be on the same side. So one that's on the wrong side is the 10x is on the wrong side. This one's by itself like this one, that's fine. So I'm going to just move this one over. Minus 10x minus 10x. So that becomes 12 equals to -10x plus 15y. This way it's ax, a is -10, b is 15 with the y, and c is 12 all by itself. Just switched around, but same thing, okay? Same thing. Now I need the last page. If you guys can email me, or if you can scan it and email me an attachment. I emailed it, and then I can YouTube the last one, okay? I hope you guys will do that.